I cannot save the world. One of the main reasons why I can't stop myself from doom scrolling is because I feel like I have to keep on top of everything. Like if I don't watch it, the issue won't get fixed. This is ridiculous, of course, and I know on a common sense level that watching isn't synonymous with doing something about it. If visualizing white light over an area on the world map actually worked, I would do it daily. Maybe praying works to a certain extent, and I pray to a God that I don't really know much about to make the world a better place, but it doesn't cover everything and everyone everywhere on earth. Everyone I know who is happy, bubbly, blissful, and has a positive outlook on life is that way because most things, if not everything, are going well for them. They can be happy because the experiences of others whose lives are a nightmare isn't their lived reality. Sensitive people like me are always advised to maintain our boundaries and recognize what is and isn't ours, but just because some issues aren't mine doesn't mean they aren't real for somebody else. What others are going through is what gets to me, because to me that is still indicative of something wrong in the world I live in, and those who perpetrate it don't care to rectify it, and those that can improve the situation don't as much as they could. For example, in America, the country the whole world is watching, one of the major world event players. What am I supposed to do if I am not an American citizen and never lived there? What if I am a Ukrainian mom, a mother in Palestine, a Filipino mother who has children at risk of being trafficked and abused? How can I improve things for the people undergoing the worst of the worst if I am not rich, influential, and powerful? I can maybe help through donating or raising awareness sometimes, but that's not enough. And it doesn't make the root of the problem go away. There is nothing I can substantially do to make this world a better place for all the people, plants, and animals that live here. I don't have enough money to give regularly to everyone in need. I don't have enough time. I know it's not my job to save the world, so I will excuse myself from spending more than 30 minutes looking at major world events that are more than one region away from where I live. I am not saying I will stop caring, but all I can do is be aware, think about what I would do if it happened to me or my loved ones, keep praying to a higher intelligence in case he or she cares to intervene, and donate however much whenever I can, and subscribe to an independent truth-telling channel, leave a thoughtful comment, and that's about it. Even the above benevolent actions, I should only spend a few minutes on, because I cannot have it control my whole day. The world will go through its highs and lows without me, and if I forget and lose myself in the outer chaos, none of the people I emotionally labor for will live my life for me. This isn't a call to self-centeredness, but a call to be realistic. I'm a wage slave, but a wage slave with enough bread and circuses to keep me and my family surviving. I earned every cent I ever had through honest work as a nurse. I shouldn't feel bad for having basic food on the table where others in war-torn countries have none. I shouldn't feel bad for having cheap hobbies I pay for on a credit card as kids mine cobalt in Congo, or the Philippines for a smartphone I have to use in the society I was born in. I shouldn't feel bad for having a 30-year mortgage when there are people who live on the streets. I am not the corrupt politician who left them in that position, or the billionaire who lobbied for it. It's them who should be ashamed, not workers like me who are just a few levels above the slavery ladder. We are all victims of the same system, just in different degrees. Most problems in life can be solved by not having children you can't guarantee the very best future for, but that's a topic for a different video. I help where I can, and that's as much as can be expected of me. I'll let God do his job and not micromanage him, whether he is the delusional demiurge, the pure and perfect monad, the Force in Star Wars, or simply an egregore created by our collective beliefs. But as far as I'm concerned, I made it my business to do everything I can to make sure I don't reincarnate here again because I'm not happy with the way the God of this world is running this planet. This is my permission. My self-therapy, if you will, to stop feeling guilty for not constantly watching the news, being glued to YouTube, and watching the world fall apart in places I'll never go to, for people I'll never meet. I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. I've been like this for almost a year now, and it's time to break the habit. I can't influence the rest of the world, but I can influence my children's and husband's worlds, my patients' experiences, and my direct communities. If we all helped the people we could reach, and they helped the people they could reach, and so on, then that's probably closest we can get to saving the world. collectively is how we save the world, not by waiting for a savior from the sky to do our work for us. The road to heaven starts by stepping outside of our rooms, looking up from our phones, walking outside and going from there as we drive or commute on public roads and hang out in third spaces, and online through what we comment, post, or create. That's it, really. Everything else is out of our control, unfortunately. This is my note to self for concentrating my energy in the small space where it can make a difference, even if that space is as small as my own mind. Even with my best intentions and effort, even how my family, friends, workmates, and offline and online strangers respond is out of my control. With that, I leave this messy world and get back to romanticizing and celebrating my own life. Not to show off, not because I'm better than anybody else. In fact, I am constantly aware of how I'm less privileged than lots of people who were born with better genes, circumstances, in better places. But I'll savor the good moments in my life not because I'm delusional or because I'm blind to other people's pain, but simply because I breathe air and occupy space like everyone else, and therefore I have to make the best out of my existence. I have my own personality, preferences, sense of humor, and a sense of appreciation for the fleeting beauty that exists alongside the bad, the ugly, and the painful in this world. Before my time is up, I would like to feast on some of that happiness. I hate wasting time and things, and even more so, I hate wasting life. And last but not least, if I don't choose to be happy and count my blessings, I won't be empathized with in the same way I empathize with the rest of the hurting world. If I don't choose joy, nobody else will do it for me. So here I am, posting shorts about things that comfort me, documenting how I'm recovering from shopaholism, and learning how to be frugal and self-sufficient one small step at a time while on the long-form side. I'm making longer videos about my innermost thoughts. I still see all this as a distraction, but this is the best I can do with what I've got. On the surface, it will appear to friends and folks like I'm a well-adjusted individual, while on the inside, I'm actively doing practices for my life now to be my last. This bit might be the most uncommon, unpopular, unhinged part about my worldview, but in my journey to get closer to God and live out my quote-unquote purpose in life, this is where I landed, and all my difficult questions finally found answers that made sense. If you'd like to know more about how I got here, subscribe. This is your Ghost in the Machine, and thanks for listening.